Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the Conscious Shift Network. My name is Tracy Kern, and I will be your navigator today as we venture down the rabbit hole of possibility with Lauren McLaughlin. Thank you for joining us today, Lauren.
Nice to be here.
Lauren is a writer, speaker, retreat facilitator, and unity ordained minister of 18 years, currently living happily ever after with her husband, John, who is also a unity ordained minister. Lauren is part of a team of thousands of teachers on the planet at this time, whose purpose is to remind those who wish to remember that they are deeply and dearly loved by the Creator and Sustainer of all life. And in your opinion, what is the most important spiritual tool?
Well, first of all, let's define a spiritual tool. The way to tell it's a spiritual tool is if it is equally available to anyone, anywhere, anytime, and it's free. In other words, you don't have to have any particular skills, any educational requirements, any amount of money. As long as you are able to reach for the tool, it is there available to you at no cost. In my opinion, they're all valuable, and there are many of them, but one of the most valuable is gratitude. Gratefulness is the word I like to use, because when you are grateful, as the guru Louise Hay says, you can't be unhappy. And so in order to fulfill your own promise to yourself when you came here to be a happy being on this glorious planet, one of the ways to always return to your sense of well-being and happiness is to start to be grateful. And when you begin to practice gratefulness, you realize how much you have for which to be grateful. And so the time to be grateful for small things is a spiritual teaching. And when you start to do it, you realize they're really quite big things, and they're there to serve you.
So what are some of the things that you would tell someone as far as your explanation of tools, which I've never heard anybody say it like that. That's awesome. What would be some of the things that you would do to tell people to plug into the grateful tool?
Well, I would
or the
say,
gratitude tool.
I would say, for example, just sit wherever you're sitting and pick 10 things for which you are grateful. A ballpoint pen might be one. How often would one think about being grateful for a ballpoint pen?
True.
But what did we go through before there were ballpoint pens? How did people write and communicate? With first pens with cartridges of ink, and before that inkwells, and before that anything they could get their hands on, berries.
Stained fingers.
Yes. So the simplest things, your computer has 99 different reasons to be grateful for it all by itself. Your telephone, your automobile, wherever you are, there are at least 10 things that you have never considered before what your life would be like if they weren't there. And so gratitude becomes something like, why haven't I ever thought about this? Why have I not understood how huge my blessings are? Just sit for 5 minutes and examine your hands and think about your fingers and the fact that you can grasp and make fists and lift things, and that you have these wonderful little nails on the end, these little screwdrivers and scrapers that you use for so many things, and that protect you, and that open packages. And so you could go 25 minutes just on your hands.
And all the things
all the reasons to be grateful.
What a beautiful tool, and it didn't cost me anything.
Not a thing.
So we're going to do a ceremony here. It's a gasho?
The gasho ceremony.
The gasho ceremony.
Almost every religious discipline has a ceremony or ceremonies that they do to express gratitude, gratefulness, appreciation, thanks, praise, whatever word you want to use for gratefulness. The gasho ceremony comes out of the Taoist tradition. And it's a very nice way to start or end your day. It takes less than 2 minutes usually, and it grounds you in gratefulness, starting or ending or both. So what you do is light a candle, and then you take a nice deep breath.
We already lit the candle.
And then you place your hands in the namaste position. This is fingers pointing up, thumbs pointing toward the body. Close your eyes. And just allow a stream of grateful thoughts to go through your head. Whatever comes to you, just express it. I'm grateful for, I'm grateful for, I'm thankful for, I'm grateful for, I really appreciate, I'm grateful for, until the stream stops, and it will stop. There's a point where it just gushes out of you, and then it comes to a slow trickle, at which point you just unclasp your hands and you pick up a bell and ring the bell. And the ringing of the bell grounds all that gratitude. And many people keep bells around their house, their office, wherever they are, and when something good happens during the day, they ring the bell. Then, of course, everybody else in the house says, what happened? What happened? And they get to tell it, and that expands it and makes it grow and makes it be bigger.
Awesome.
So it's a fun ceremony to bring into your life that costs very little and is just a reminder of the importance of gratitude in your life.
And it's simple. Well, thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
But real quick before we go, you're also the author of a book.
I am. My book is called Go to ELF.
Awesome.
ELF, which stands for the Eternal Life Force. It's connecting with the Eternal Life Force. It's a story of two men who connected with their own spirit and their life got better.
How nice. And where can we find information about this?
www.gotoelf.com.
GoToElf.com.
You can read the first 6 chapters free.
First 6 chapters free. Gratitude free. Namaste. Thank you for joining us. This has been beautiful. Thank you for tuning in to the Conscious Shift Network and venturing down the rabbit hole of possibility with us today and Lauren McLaughlin. Thank you.